Hi, Life Church. I love this story of Peter and Cornelius in Acts chapter 10, verse 34 to 43. In some senses, the fact that I, as a 21st century non-Jew, can call myself a Jesus follower can be traced back to what God did in guiding Peter and helping these early disciples see that the message of Jesus was truly for everybody, not just for one chosen ethnic group that Peter belonged to. I remember a good friend preaching on this story, talking about the way God shook up Peter's internal geography. And so here in this passage, Peter's still reeling from his vision of these non-kosher foods, and God saying to him, do not call anything impure that God has made clean. He then needed the Spirit to speak to him to go visit Cornelius, because of course this is a Roman centurion. He's a commander in the occupying imperial army that have been ruling and oppressing the Jewish people. So what's Peter going to say? The thing that strikes me is the strong words at the start and at the end of Peter's preach, that this Jesus is for everyone. God doesn't show favoritism, he says in verse 34, and everyone who believes in him, in Jesus, receives forgiveness through his name. There are no exclusions. This is a good news of peace, verse 36, for everyone. Jesus did come to a specific place, to Galilee, Judea, to a specific people group, but Peter now sees that this story of Jesus doing good, healing those under the power of the devil, being killed, but rising again from the third day, is a message with power for all. Jesus is Lord of all. God accepts people from all nations. Jesus will judge all, the living and the dead. All who believe will be forgiven. I kind of wonder whether Peter was preaching to himself as much as to Cornelius at the time and challenging his own assumptions about who was in and who was out of God's plans. So what about us? Does God need to shake us up with a new boldness that this good news of peace in Jesus is for everyone, for here and now? That Jesus, the Lord of all, is still in the business of doing good and healing and bringing forgiveness and salvation to my neighbours, to my colleagues, to people I may have ruled out because they're so different to me, different backgrounds, different worldviews. Let's allow the Holy Spirit to challenge us again today and over the days to come about our faith in the good news of Jesus for all.